In today's video, I wanted to share a few tips that will help you with, I think, one of the biggest struggles that people have. I've had women ask me about, consistency tips and how to conquer their cravings. And I think one component to bring consistency in your life is meal prepping. I've shared a lot of meal prepping tips and stories on Instagram. So I thought I would document it here on YouTube and just share those tips with you. And this honestly is what works for me. It could be different for you, and that's a-okay. So my tip number one would be do what works for you. See your family dynamics. I have a family of 4 and this is what works for me. It may not work for you. Always focus on what is working for you. So it's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and she grew up with the notion that meal prepping is like, oh, you're gonna have stale food. That's what I mean when I say do what works for you. See, if your family doesn't enjoy eating leftovers, that's totally fine. And then you can do other types of prepping ahead, and I'll share that in the next tip. Because this is for the long haul, you're not doing this just for the short term. You want to set up a system that works for you. So first of all, gauge your family, gauge your season of life, gauge your own likes and dislikes, and take it from there. Tip number 2 is to semi-prep some food. So like I said, if you are not somebody who enjoys leftovers, then I would advise you to semi-prep some food. Like you can take out vegetables when you bring them into the house so that you can have them ready and available. Salads are easier to make, smoothies are easier to make if you prep some fruits, vegetables. Maybe you can just prep some breakfast items so that when you get up in the morning, it is so much easier when I have my chia seed pudding, or I'll make some healthier brownies or smoothies. And what's really working for me in my curries is that in a food processor, I'll just do my onions and I'll put them in little portion sizes for my curry. So each curry takes about half an onion for my family. And so I'll just put in a Ziploc bag and store it in the freezer and thaw it in the, just maybe 10-15 minutes before I need it. I'll just thaw the onions in the zip top bag in some water and have it ready to go when I am starting my cooking. Another thing that I've really liked doing is to freeze my tamarind chutney or my imli ki chutney. And I have a really good recipe that is really popular in my home, and I will post the link to that recipe down below. So be sure to check that out as well. And just freeze that. So when you're ready to have the chutney, it's ready to go, and you can just defrost it in the microwave or just let it sit on the countertop and just stir it up and it's ready to go. So you just make it once and a little goes a long way, as you know. Another thing I like to have ready to go are salad leaves, lettuce and kale and such. And when I bring it home, I try to wash them and have them ready to go in a separate glass container so that it's just easier. When it's in front of you, it's easier to consume, and we need to have all these options right there available for us. Otherwise they just get lost in the veggie drawer and rot away. So this is a great tip for zero waste consumption as well. And my tip number 3 would be to cook once and eat twice. So like I said, my family does really well with leftovers. In fact, today we're going to have our favorite meal, which is the cow suey. And again, I have a great recipe on my website, and I'll share the link to that down below. You can go and check that out as well. So I cooked a whole batch of the curry, double batched, and froze it. So there's really no harm in doing that. It's not unhealthy. We have so many other things going on. Food should not be something that you struggle with. So that's it for today. I hope that you all benefited from these 3 tips. this is what's working for me at this stage. I would really appreciate if you would subscribe and hit the bell notification, share this with your family and friends so that we can create a community, a movement of healthy eating, healthy living, because we have a lot of struggles in the South Asian community when it comes to diabetes and cancer and cholesterol. And I just want to create a movement where we are more mindful about our food and our lifestyle choices. So please give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.